What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do another video for you guys. So, second video in a row, or second day in a row making videos. If you guys haven't checked out my kind of comeback video, I reviewed John Carpenter's The Thing, Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness, his unofficial apocalyptic trilogy. So definitely check that out. But I decided to do a movie update. I have not done a movie update in months. And it's really because what I'm going to show you is like 3 months worth of stuff. I've kind of slowly started not buying as much anymore. I do buy movies. I still love physical media. Everything that I'm going to show is horror movie related stuff. I have picked up some non-horror movie related stuff, but I won't talk about that too much right now. Maybe down the road, down the line. But I have, kind of cut back on movie buying. Some of these are rebuys. Some of these were really cheap, so I double dipped on some of these movies. Some are brand new things that just came out maybe within the last few months. But yeah, I've kind of cut back on buying a lot of physical media. I want to go through my collection and watch movies for the first time that I haven't seen, or rewatch movies that I haven't seen in a long time. So either rewatches or first time watches. And then, like I said in my last video, a lot of the movies I want to review for you all and talk about them. But I wanted to do a movie update. I kind of pulled out some movies that I know I haven't talked about yet in an update. And again, this is all horror movie related stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We got DVDs, we got Blu-rays, we got 4Ks. So let's start talking about them. Going through the DVDs real quick. I picked up these 3 Stephen King titles at a local Peddler's Mall the other day. Went thrift store, Peddler's Mall, shopping. Found these DVDs for $2.95 a piece, and from what I know, I don't think there's 2 of them that don't have a Blu-ray, and I think the Blu-ray of one of them is out of print. Again, $2.95 for each one of these DVDs, so I picked them up for my Stephen King collection. We have the Langoliers, so you still see the price on them. They're taped on there, so I got to try to figure out what to do with that. But yeah, the Langoliers, miniseries from '95, and one I haven't seen in a long time. But I remember as a kid. Now this is as a kid, it being kind of creepy and eerie. The idea of people disappearing off of a plane, and you have a group of survivors trying to survive whatever is going on in the world. I do remember the last time I watched this, there was some really bad CGI, but, I can take that and enjoy the story for what it is, because I remember enjoying that movie. This one I have not seen. This is one of those last miniseries that we got from a Stephen King story, and that is Desperation, from 2006. So, I miss the days of Stephen King miniseries. I think they were a lot of fun to watch. The good, the bad, the okay. Not really a bad one in my opinion. Again, this could be bad because I haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to watching it. Again, this one's directed by Mick Garris. So Langoliers was Tom Holland, but Mick Garris has directed a lot of Stephen King adaptations, and the ones I have seen, I don't find to be terrible movies and miniseries. I enjoy watching them, so looking forward to watching that one. And the last one, this is again, I think, yeah, Tom Holland, another Tom Holland Stephen King movie, and that is Thinner. I've seen Thinner once. I really enjoyed it, and it's something I want to go back and watch. So yeah, this was almost $3, and I was like, you know what, I'll pick this up. I know there's a Blu-ray out there. I don't know if the Blu-ray is out of print, but I've only seen it once, so I'm going to go ahead and rewatch it before, I decide if I want to double dip on the Blu-ray. And the last DVD is actually a TV show box set, and that is the Tales from the Crypt complete series on DVD. So I had maybe 4 of these seasons, and I didn't have the rest, and you know, if I wanted to buy, like, for instance, season 4 that I didn't have, it was going to be like $12, $18 for a brand new copy, or sometimes used. So they were pretty pricey. And I saw this online for a little over $30 for the whole set. And I'm like, you know what? I could buy 3 of the seasons that I don't have for $10 to $18, depending on, you know, the seller on eBay. Or I can buy the complete series and have them all. And, you know, again, this was, I think, $35 plus a $3 shipping. So I figured this was a great deal to pick up the complete series and have it. And I'm looking forward to eventually going back and rewatching that series, because I've only seen, you know, the first or some of the seasons. I haven't seen the whole series as a whole. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. The next 3 are all, again, Stephen King adaptations. I have these steelbooks of these, but again, I wanted to double dip on these movies because I do love them, and I wanted to own, you know, the standard Blu-ray and 4K titles of these. The first one is the original Stephen King miniseries of It from 1990. Love this movie. Love this miniseries. Very nostalgic for me. Terrified me as a kid. This was $5 online, so I grabbed it. I love the Pennywise documentary that came out not too long ago. I thought that was great. And I'm a little OCD when it comes to things, so I had that one by itself in the, you know, Blu-ray 4K collection, and I had the steelbooks in their own area. So I wanted to grab the standard release to go with my documentary, and I'm glad I did. Great miniseries there, another great Stephen King adaptation. And 2 other great Stephen King adaptations, and that is It from 2017 and It Chapter 2 from 2019. So again, had the steelbooks, but I found these on eBay for, I think they were like $25 altogether with the slipcovers. Slipcovers are expensive nowadays. Hard to find with these releases. So glad I found them. I love both of them. I'm more of a fan of the first part, but I do like this. Well, I do love the second chapter as well. Big fan of both of them. So again, I think they were $25 altogether. And with those slipcovers most of the time go for $50, $90. Maybe not $90, but they're expensive. So going on, another franchise. Again, I had a 3-film pack trilogy that I got for $5 at a used store once. But with some franchises, I like to have the movies on their own releases. And I'm a big fan of the first movie. I like the second movie. I don't like it as much as the first one, but really they're their own movies. They're different in their own ways. And I've never seen this third film or prequel, so looking forward to rewatching these all and potentially reviewing them. We have Cloverfield. So got this with the slipcover, along with 10 Cloverfield Lane for $25 on Amazon. They were cheaper on Amazon than they were on eBay and a lot of other places. And I was surprised that they came with the slipcovers. They came together. Again, $25 a piece, not a piece, $25 all together, and came with the slipcovers. And these slipcovers, again, are hard to find. You know, I don't need to have slipcovers for all my movies, but if I can get them, I like to have them if they're favorite movies of mine, or if I think they look great, you know, I'm going to have them, I want them. I'm a slipcover fan. And so for $25 altogether, that was great, and they came with the slip, so... and then we have Cloverfield Paradox, which I've never seen yet. Again, I had this 3-film pack for a long time, and I haven't seen these movies in forever. So I decided to grab this by itself, and I think I got this for like $9 on eBay. So a little bit pricey-ish, but I wanted to get a standalone copy because I had Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane, you know, on their standalone releases. This one was a little bit pricey, but I kind of regretted not getting this movie when it originally came out on Blu-ray. I didn't pay like a crazy amount of money for this. I will never pay a crazy amount of money for this, but I think it was like $35. So, which, you know, for new releases, sometimes it's about that same amount. But that is Sorority House Massacre. Yeah, so this is a Scorpion release that was released maybe almost 10 years ago, maybe 2015 or 16, so not that long ago. Pretty long ago. But yeah, Sorority House Massacre went out of print, and I didn't grab it at the time. And for the longest time, I was kicking myself for not picking this up because I have a lot of fun with this. I like these 80s horror movies, these 80s slasher movies. Is it great? Probably not. I can't remember it too much, but I remember enjoying the movie enough to wanting to get it, and found it on eBay for that price. And most of the time, this goes for like $79, $80. So it was a great deal there. Looking forward to rewatching that one on Blu-ray. I have the old DVD copy, and so I'm looking forward to watching that one on Blu-ray. The next one is a double dip for me because I do have the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and I'm going to keep it for the bonus features. But I wanted to pick this up, and I'll tell you what, if you're a fan of this movie, this is worth getting, and it's not that expensive at all. It is a beautiful transfer for this movie, and that is Event Horizon. One of my favorite space horror movies. I really love the space horror movie subgenre, you know, Alien and so many other ones that I'm drawing a blank on. But Event Horizon is one of the best ones from that subgenre, and it's, you know, described by a lot of people as Hellraiser in space, and if you've never seen it, you like Hellraiser, check it out. Yeah, this is one of my favorite movies. I love this movie in general. It's one of my favorite horror movies, one of my favorite sci-fi films, but just one of my favorite movies in general. Directed by Paul W. Anderson. Todd, where did that come from? I don't know. But you know, his second film after Mortal Kombat. Is it Paul W. S. Anderson or Paul W.? Or just Paul Anderson. There we go. Directed this after Mortal Kombat, and this is, in my opinion, his best movie. Definitely scary at times, very creepy at times. Again, great atmosphere. I talk about atmosphere. I love atmosphere in a movie, and this one has a great atmosphere. So, yeah, I really love this, and this was worth picking up. I know there was a steelbook out for a long time, and it went out of print, so it was very expensive. But then they re-released it on a standard 4K Blu-ray pack, and I'm very impressed with this. I really love this transfer, and I love this movie. If you're a fan of this movie, it is worth picking up and owning in your collection. Again, under $20, so that was a great deal for a brand new 4K, and wanted to grab that one. The next one, I've heard some people say they love this, some people don't love this. It's a mixed feeling when it comes to a 4K transfer. I honestly think you're getting the best looking transfer of this movie probably since the original release of the film. I love the Blu-ray transfers, but there was always like a color to it that it looked nice, but it might have looked somewhat more cleaned up than maybe it should have looked. Again, not really complaining about the Blu-ray transfer because I think it's gorgeous for what it is. But if you have a 4K player, or if you're getting a 4K player, this is worth picking up in my opinion, because again, you're getting the best presentation in my opinion since the film originally came out in 1974. That is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One, I love this release. I love the brand new documentary we have on here. I think it is great. You have all these film lovers and filmmakers coming together and talking about this iconic movie, which it deserves that title, iconic movie. And it's a great documentary. It's the legacy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But you get a beautiful transfer. I love this transfer. It's cleaned up, but it also has that perfect grain that you want with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really love this edition. I love this transfer. I love that we have Tobe Hooper on 4K. You know, this is the third or fourth Tobe Hooper movie, the fifth Tobe Hooper movie that we've had on 4K so far. And I'm really impressed with it. There's the funhouse back there. Love the funhouse, but really impressed. Really, really impressed with this 4K, and I'm praising it. Again, I've heard mixed things when it comes to people talking about this, and for me, I'm one that loves it, and I would say go out and buy it. It is worth buying. Again, you're getting the best presentation of this movie. It doesn't oversaturate it. It doesn't like make it really, really grainy. It just has that perfect balance of a cleaned up transfer and also that perfect grain that you want with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So definitely pick that up. Get the Steelbook if you want. I just went with the standard release. I have plenty of these Texas Chainsaw Massacre Steelbooks. But I love this slipcover. I like this brand new artwork that we have here. But I love the fact that we now have a release with the original artwork, which is iconic, and it's a classic artwork there. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Up next, we have the Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2 pack from Scream Factory, Shout Factory. So, again, big fan of this franchise. They're a lot of fun. Are they perfect? No. But I think the first film, is an awesome movie. I love the first movie. Second one is a pretty good film. Overall, I really enjoy it. And the same thing with Slumber Party Massacre 3. Which, fingers crossed, we get that one on 4K at some point. But, yeah, the first one is iconic. I love the first movie. And then the sequels are a lot of fun to watch. I have a good time with them. And I like the reboot that they did maybe 2 years ago. But, yeah, the Slumber Party Massacre 4K trilogy set, not trilogy, double feature pack with 1 and 2. I would say this is definitely something where you can pick it up, but I wouldn't say you have to pick it up right away. Maybe when there's a sale. I thought the transfer on the first movie overall looked great. It wasn't one of my favorite 4K transfers that I've seen, but it definitely has a nice, clean picture quality there. And if you're a Slumber Party Massacre fan like I am, it's definitely worth getting. Again, you can wait to a sale and pick it up then, or wait till you find it out and about for a cheaper price. But it's definitely worth owning. If you're a fan of the film, it's worth owning. If you want to just stick to your Blu-ray, though, I would say the Blu-ray looks great, especially the transfer with that Steelbook that came out not too long ago. That looks great. Now, I haven't watched part 2 yet, so I don't know what part 2 looks like. I hear it looks good. Again, I haven't seen it yet myself, but just going off of the first one, if you're a fan of the movie, if you are collecting 4Ks, pick it up. But if you want to wait until a sale happens, or if you just want to stick to your Blu-ray that you have before this release, then you can wait for that. But if you don't own the movie on Blu-ray at all, it's worth picking up, because not only are you getting the 4K releases, but you are getting the Blu-ray releases of these movies. So, one of my only gripes is I don't like that 1 and 2 are on 4K on the same disc. I wish they would have, put 1 and 2 on a separate 4K disc. But you do get Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2 on Blu-ray on their separate Blu-ray discs. So you do get that, and you get all the same bonus features that were on the previous releases. Again, if you don't own this, this is worth getting and owning in your collection. And if you're a Scream Factory fan, if you want to collect them all, if you don't have it yet, it's definitely worth picking up. I haven't watched this one yet. I just got these in the mail, I think this past Wednesday, or I think Tuesday, maybe Monday. The first one is Dead Silence. So, got these off of Amazon. Really excited to finally have a really great, proper release of this movie. James Wan's Dead Silence is probably, without a doubt, his most underrated movie, next to Death Sentence. I think both those movies are very underrated. But I'm so happy that Scream Factory released this on Blu-ray. Not only are you getting it on 4K with a great, well, I haven't seen it yet, but what I've heard is a great transfer, a great release. But you're also getting some great bonus features that I'm excited to dig into, because you're getting James Wan and Lee Wynell coming back talking about this movie that when it came out didn't do well. And over time it's built this fan following, but it took a long time for this movie to get the love that it has always deserved. I've always loved this movie. It's sad that it didn't do well when it came out, because this was around the time that Saw and Saw 2 and I think Saw 3 were out. And so James Wan was a name, and people were checking out these Saw movies. And Dead Silence just fell under the radar. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was a big movie at the time that came out that just performed over this movie, but it disappeared for a while and people really didn't talk about it. And now it has this fan following and this love that I'm so happy it has now, because it's always deserved that. And if you've never seen Dead Silence, pick it up. I'm excited to dig into this transfer and bonus features. My only complaint is, and this is not Scream Factory, it might be just because, like, the way they were packaged. I don't know, but I got this off of Amazon, and you can see there's dents in the slipcovers. And yes, I am a slipcover fan, and if I'm paying full price, I don't like that. So you see that there, you see it there. Not a fan of that. But you know what? I'm gonna keep it. It's not worth returning. The discs look overall great. There's a few light scratches on the Blu-ray, but it's nothing to where it's gonna skip or anything. But yeah, Dead Silence. Very excited to have it. Disappointed with the way it might have been packaged or the way it was handled. So it was packaged fine. It just, the way it was probably handled could have been better. And the last one I want to talk about is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It is my favorite of this franchise. I'm wearing a t-shirt kind of going with what I'm going to talk about. That is Exorcist III, or Legion Exorcist III. William Peter Blatty's Exorcist III. Very excited to have this on 4K. And I watched this last night, and I have to say this was a very nice upgrade. It looks great. I think the previous Blu-ray looks great. So again, if you're kind of picky on what you want to get on 4K, if it's a film that you absolutely love, if you love The Exorcist 3 like I do, it is worth picking up. But if you're happy with the Blu-ray, I'd say you could stick with that too. Again, not taking away from the transfer, because it looks great. It sounds really great, like right when the movie opened. And you get that shot of Georgetown, Washington. It looks great. You could tell that they cleaned up the picture quality. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this, so when they announced that they were releasing this on 4K, I was gonna grab it. And not only are you getting it on 4K, but you're getting all the bonus features that you had on the previous release, which are excellent bonus features, by the way. And you're getting both cuts of the movies on Blu-ray. Now, if you're a fan of the director's cut Legion, it's not going to be available on 4K. But I'm not surprised it's not on 4K, because when I watched the Blu-ray of that release, it's a pretty rough cut of the movie. I'm glad it's there. I'm glad people can watch it, but I don't really watch it a lot. It's actually not my favorite cut of the movie. I am more of a fan of the theatrical cut, even though William Peter Blatty didn't really like the studio meddling with his movie, and obviously his preferred version was Legion, the director's cut. But I'm more of a fan of the theatrical cut. I think it's quite scary. I think this movie is the scariest Exorcist movie. Not taking away from the first one, because that is a scary movie. But this is the scariest one for me. The exorcism scene at the end freaks me out. The atmosphere in this, Brad Dourif's performance is wonderful in this movie. And he's not in this film a lot, but the scenes that he's in, he's just so excellent. And he has these 5-minute, 10-minute scenes with George C. Scott, and he's just so creepy in those scenes, but he gives such a great performance. And I really love this, and I want to review this more coming up, but I wanted to show this off and talk about it. I will show you. I love the commissioned artwork that we got on the previous release. So I have a little bit of OCD, but with these releases, I got rid of the other Blu-ray, but I switched out the artworks because I really like that artwork right there. And I like these Scream Factory commissioned artwork. And some of these 4Ks, you don't get the alternative artworks. So I wanted to keep that beautiful kind of, that purple amazing artwork that we have there. So opening this up, you have the 4K, and then you have the Blu-ray of the theatrical cut and the director's cut there. So really cool. Worth picking up if you're a fan of this movie. If you don't own this movie, if this is going to be something you want to buy and you don't own the movie at all, if you've never seen the movie, this is worth picking up. If you're going to get the first time great experience with that movie, that is worth owning in your collection. So, but anyway, guys, that is my Blu-ray 4K DVD horror movie update. I hope you enjoyed everything that I showed off. And I wanted to kind of get caught up and show you guys what I've picked up within the last few months. Again, this is stuff that I've gone within the few months. I've kind of, again, tried to slow down on buying a lot of things, and I want to, watch some first-time watches that I have in my collection, or revisit movies. But if it's a certain film that comes out, if it's a certain edition of a movie that I love and I want, I'll pick it up. I'm just being more selective of what I get now, and so there will be plenty of other updates to come. I don't know when my next one will be, probably within the next few months again. Depending on how much I get. But again, slowing down on buying, and you'll still have movie updates for me. I just won't be doing them every month. So hope you enjoyed this update, though. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles. And as always, you guys are amazing. You are beautiful. Always be yourself. Be your true self. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.